What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. And today we have the January 2021 GeminiJets TierList Rankings for you guys. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video. We have another awesome set of releases here from GeminiJets. A lot of heavies for sure, but nevertheless, I'm super excited to cover today's the tier list, of course, with all these brand new models that we have. I did want to say scheduling for these has been a little inconsistent. As of recently, GeminiJets and NG models has been very close together. However, I was going to confirm I am planning on doing that in November part 2 for NG because so many of those models got delayed. We're currently waiting on the Chinese 737s, so when those come out, I will do that, as we do have most of those, but I'm currently waiting on those to kind of complete the set, if you guys know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, today we have GeminiJets, so let's get it rolling here. Very excited to get into GeminiJets and what they have to start 2021 here, as they have quite an interesting set I'm sure you guys have seen. So here we go, everybody. We got tier list already ready. You guys already know how this works at this point. Love doing these, and you guys seem to really enjoy them, and I really appreciate that. I also appreciate all the opinions given and everything. Definitely agree with all you guys on that and all that sort of thing. So here we are back in tier maker. We had 10 1-400 scale models, 7 normal ones, civil, and then 3 GeminiJets Max. So anyways, very exciting. Here's a look at the website right here, and here's all the releases right here. As you can tell, looking very nice. We have a lot of awesome models to go over today, and I'm super excited to get it rolling here. So we are going to begin with none other than the flagship British Airways Boeing 747-400 in the 1-400 scale by none other than GeminiJets. Now, this is probably like the 4th or 5th iteration at this point, maybe even the 6th. I know I had one back in the day, and I'm very excited to say with how, if you want to say, I hate to say dull, but for U.S. collectors, it was a little kind of stale. But for me personally, with nothing else crazy that I was on, and then after seeing these photographs, I bought it. I'm super excited to get it in my collection. It's going to be excellent to have 747-400 British Airways back in my collection after I did have one in 2013 time frame. And this thing's an absolute unit, man. I don't even know where to begin. Now, you guys may look at the red and be like, isn't that a little bright? Well, we're going to talk about that quite a lot through this video, but we talked about in the October set and also the December set. In this lighting orientation that GeminiJets has had going now, the colors come out much brighter than what they do in real life. We've seen that with the American 787-9, Volaris A330-900neo, and then massive unboxing 14 will be coming up, where we'll take a look at the Southwest Illinois one, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but nevertheless, we've seen the trend continue very much so throughout these models. And from last month, like I was talking about, ABC Cargo, the Antonov 124. Oh yeah, quite a few of you guys told me that the Antonov 124 came to Tulsa. I did see that. The blue livery, that's the first time in 5 years that has happened. I would never have guessed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go see it, but maybe next time when it comes, hopefully. But we're getting off track. This is the British Airways 747-400 in the 1-400 scale. This thing is beautiful. Sorry for rolling over. Did not mean to do that. Let's begin up here in the front. I'm sorry, guys. The resolution pictures that they put on the website obviously were not particularly good. You got the cockpit windows here, and then the nose looking awesome. Really like the 747-400 mold with no flex or anything. We all know the British Airways livery at this point. It looks awesome. Great job here on the font, and the engine's all looking good down there and everything as well. I think I made the right decision to hold out for this one. I thought about that Qantas heavily, but I think I'm going to enjoy the British Airways more. And if I had to pick one of these two to invest in, I think I made a good choice with the British Airways. The Captain Dark here on the tail looking awesome. I don't have much more to say than this thing's a unit. I don't want to spend too much time on it just because of how beautiful it is. There's no reason to get flabbergasted too much in a bad way whatsoever. This thing is beautiful. GeminiJets did an excellent job. One thing that I did want to note is I'm not particularly the biggest fan of how GeminiJets is taking these photographs at such a high angle. I wish they'd come down a little bit more like they have in previous years, just to get a better glimpse of the whole model, especially wing flex to a degree on some of these. And really nice airplane, guys. It's a really nice aircraft. Here's the aircraft in real life. Beautiful aircraft, man. Where was this one taken? This was in 2020 in March, and that was into Denver. So that was probably one of the final British Airways 747s into Denver. Very cool aircraft, absolutely. Oh yeah, and then our rating for the model. Let's zoom in here and take a look. So we have a 17.5 for the mold. It honestly seems perfect. Really good. 17 for the color, maybe just slightly bright, but I think we got it. And then 14s for the detail. Very solid. 98, I believe, is what I gave it. I think it's 98, maybe 99, but nevertheless, what a model that is. Definitely a perfect for sure. Probably honestly the best models to get. Like if you're gonna get a model and you want like tradition and everything, definitely a British Airways 747. That thing is beautiful. What a job by Gemini Jets. I'm so glad to see them killing models that really deserve it. Now the 2019 iteration and all the previous ones were really good too. Really glad to see British Airways always hitting home with these 747s in the 1:400 scale. Would love to see a one world in the future with this newer mold, of course. We'll have to see if that happens. On to our next model. This is the Cargolux Boeing 747-8 freighter interactive series, not without my mask. I really wanted to get this one. I decided not to simply because of my budget, and also this may get repainted here in the future. But nevertheless, what an aircraft this is. I'm very glad to see them promoting mask wearing. Absolutely awesome aircraft here with the interactive series as we take a look at it. Great detail up here. Also, you may notice that this red seems bright as well. It is definitely the lighting, as you can tell, and the blue's coming out very light. It is much darker than that in real life, and it will look like the shade that it is in real life. I would have to think so. There's some sun peeking back there. Anyways, let's take a look at this one more in depth. Absolutely love the interactive series with all the moving parts and everything. That's super cool. I'll be eager to see when the next interactive aircraft comes out. 777 I think is a really high contender for that. Great detail here with the antennas and everything. Gemini Jets does do a pretty good job getting all the markings correct, and nice detail in the mask. I'll give them that. That actually looks really good. Great job to represent all that. Very awesome aircraft here. They did a great job. The 747-8 does have a little bit of wing flex, unfortunately, which was another one of my factors thinking about getting this model. This is the 5th interactive, I believe, because they've had the Atlas Air. Let's see here if I can get them all. DHL, the Polar, and UPS, I think, are the 4. I may have missed one, but I think I got all of them, so very nice right there. Awesome aircraft, definitely for sure. Here's the real life counterpart right here. Love the mask livery. I was so close to getting that, man. But beautiful aircraft. All credit to their respectful photographers. For the mold, 15.5, mainly because of that wing flex. Now, I have heard some very minor complaints about the interactive parts. 16.5 for the color. It may be slightly bright as well, but I think it does look very nice. And a 14 for the details. It does come in at 90. It's mainly just the mold that kind of tanks that one down a little bit. Still gets in the perfect. Excellent aircraft, and definitely one to add to your fleet if you have the money. That's kind of the other thing into the mold factor, is it probably should not be that expensive in my opinion, with all the flukes that it has. But nevertheless, Gemini Jets marking up prices. I guess we're gonna have to live with it. On to our next model, and here we go. Wow. I've had some discussions with some people about this particular model right here. I will be getting it because I know this is going to sound silly, but I need to prove some points after seeing a few people having some claims about this model. But I want to get it to see it for myself. I know I have the next generation. I potentially will sell this off once I get it to confirm some things about it. This is the DHL 737-800 freighter by Gemini Jets. Now, man, I hate to get started on this model, but I'm going to try to keep it as condensed and as appropriate to what the situation is. Pretty much it's the color here that I have been definitely not very pleased with to see. Now, you guys are probably going to look at it from a glance and be like, there's no big problem with the color. We've talked about this many times throughout our tier list series, and this lighting orientation especially, that in this lighting right here, that the aircraft come out much brighter than what they do in real life. That's a key word, brighter. I learned that the hard way with the American 787-9, as that came out a little darker, and vice versa for some other aircraft. And this one's a prime example. Now, already looking at this picture, just from glancing at it, that looks too dark of an orange. We had our NG model review, massive unboxing number 10, and that was an adequate color in my opinion. Now, you may bring out the NG stock picture and compare that, but the difference is that this is a much brighter situation. The NG picture was much dimmer, and honestly, they're about the same color in their stock pictures. However, with this one, definitely a little dark. There's no problem with that. Definitely not bad for the price, I guess. The red does look good, and that should come out nicer, but the orange, I think, is going to come out really dark, just from glancing here at the fuselage. Now, not too much to go over with this DHL 737. I was told that they messed up the winglet. Let's look at that. I did not get the glance at that. I think they got it a little thick, maybe. Did we have some other pictures? I need the picture of the a different one. Let's look at 916 real quick. Okay, so okay, I just thought about this. They may have did it in a different state to keep I'm trying to say it, commularity. However, it is blue on all these pictures, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do there, but I'm not really going to deduct them on that for keeping commonality. I think that's what they were going for, and it may have been in this livery at some point as well. Yeah, the orange is just a little dark. That's the big thing. Also with the mold, we're going to have a nice little integration there on that as well. As you can tell, we have our nose here, and then the landing gear door is a little big, and then the wing flex, of course. When you can see in the picture, it's probably not going to be good. I'll be eager to see more pictures of that aircraft. However, to keep it short and sweet, it's definitely slightly dark just from going off these images. Now, it may not look like it in this image, but when we get this thing on property, we will be reviewing it and seeing what it's all about to see how dark it really is. I'll be eager to get that one. I'm just getting it simply to see what it's all about because after some conversations, I got to prove some points, and that's mainly the only reason. But that will be its own video that will be coming whenever it gets here. So besides that, I know the score is going to look pretty harsh. In my opinion, I think that's about right compared to its real life counterpart. The mold's simply not very good. We've been over this in many mold comparisons. I just don't think that's... I think it's honestly not the worst thing in the world, but I think a 13 is about right. Color as well, I think they have to do a better job on that orange, but once again, we'll have to get it on property. I thought a 13.5 was about right. And then details, not the most detailed in the 737s. Thought 13 was about right. 79% for that DHL 737 will put it in the average category. I honestly feel like it's not a horrible model, but I do feel like it's significantly too dark. Therefore, I feel like the average category, it's honestly an average model to me. It really is. I think that's about right. It's almost good, but not quite, simply because of the color. Now, if the color was nice, in a nice yellow, like for example, really thinking about it, it really should come out in between the shade that it is in that picture and Spirit. It really needs to be like, let's go to that picture again. That is kind of similar to, yeah, here's Spirit right here. Look at this right here. So as you can tell, you can look at that picture in the middle, on middle left, and say that maybe, yeah, it is a little darker in some situations, but look at the brighter pictures. And in Spirit, if you look at those, they're almost completely identical, and I don't want to come out and bring the Spirit out to, I'm doing it. And then as you can tell right here, I'm not saying that they're completely the same. They're obviously not, but I mean, just take a look. These two shades somewhat similar. The DHL should be probably about a shade lighter at most. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. And I think that, I hate to say it, but I do think that the DHL will be too dark. Very unfortunate, but honestly, I do feel like it's probably an average model. Therefore, average about right. It's honestly one of the only bad models that they release, or average models. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that's a bad model. If you do need it for your model airport and want to save some money instead of the NG, definitely buy it. Definitely buy it. But it definitely just doesn't seem the best model to me, especially with the mold. But nevertheless, that's my spill on the DHL. Just a little dark, but nevertheless still a nice model, no doubt about it, to have in your collection. So if you do want it, definitely get it, but the color seems slightly dark. It's the main takeaway in my opinion. Okay, next up we are on to the Eastern Boeing 767-300 without winglets. Now, I was planning on getting this for my Del Cabo display. However, Eastern terminated service there, so I will not be getting this model, but it's still a super cool one. And it's to support the claim of the very bright colors. This is another prime example with the Eastern. We can bring out the real life picture right here, and as you can tell, much brighter. And then you can just tell from the exposure and ISO in these pictures how much brighter these pictures are taken, which is perfectly fine. I'm just here to make the statement that it has been proven time and time again in this lighting orientation, which probably will change next month, but we never know, that the colors come out much brighter. Nevertheless, what a model this is, man. I love the 767, and this is a prime example right here with this 300ER. They did a nice job representing Eastern, the new one that is. Great colors here with the yellow, blue, and dark blue and light blue. Those will come out nice on the actual airplane for whoever gets it. Sorry, I literally can't talk. The mold's really good. I deducted the score just a little bit simply because of the landing gear come off some, and also I haven't seen any broken, but just a couple of small things. But nevertheless, still a really nice mold and everything. Awesome aircraft. 16.5 for the mold. That's really, I think that's very fair for the tires. Really is the only thing. 16.5 for the color, maybe slightly bright. That goes for all of these. I'll have to see them, get them on property for some of these. But I think that they're very, very good. And then 14s for detail, 94% for Eastern. That's a very nice model by GeminiJets. They did an awesome job getting that one going. So nice job there, Gemini. For whoever needs it, definitely a great model. Next up, we're on to the A330-900neo. I don't want to botch it, so Goddard, and then I'm not even going to try because I'm going to get laughed at. But nevertheless, here it is, the A330-900neo with the mask livery for this airline as well. Very, very cool aircraft here. The A330-900neo mold, for the most part, is really good. Not as horrendous wing flex as the 330s. Still a little bit, not near as bad. Now, this aircraft, again, if you really want to keep supporting the claim, which I'm sure you guys are getting tired of hearing it, so I'm not going to keep doing it. The 730, or sorry, the colors come out much brighter in the GeminiJets pictures rather than the pardon me, real life. Here's the aircraft. Sorry, there weren't many good pictures of it with the mask, so we kind of have to improvise. Now, as you can tell, come out much brighter here. But a beautiful livery. They did an awesome job representing it. Great mold, good aircraft for sure. If you're looking for another mask plane, definitely one to pick up. Also like the cable box, looking good as well. Just good colors overall. They did a nice job representing the livery here. This is Papa Kilo Golf Hotel Golf. And if we take a look at the rating here, very nice aircraft for sure. I wish I could zoom in a little bit more, but I can't. 16 for the mold, mainly because there has been some broken. Delta comes to mind, and then also the engine seemed just a little low to the ground, but pretty good overall. 16.5 for the color, and then 14 for the details. That gives it a 93%. And an awesome model. Definitely get it if you are looking for it. It's an excellent plane to add to any collection. And then on to another model, very, very cool one in my opinion. This is the KLM Boeing 777-300ER. This is in the with the 100 sticker in the Royal Pride livery, I believe. Let's double check there. It is in the Orange Pride. Orange Pride, that's what it was. So, awesome aircraft here, as you can tell. They did a nice job in this. I'm not going to say it again, but it's the prime example of their lighting coming out really, really bright. A nice job on the orange, purple, and blue. It's a beautiful aircraft. Nice to see the 100 sticker. They did a nice job representing it here, of course. Love the cable box and 3 antennas on top. That's very nice to see. Really, really good stuff here. Cockpit window, Sky Team logo, KLM branding over here, the 100 sticker, and then your purple mix, and then into the blue. KLM on the engines. Not awful detail, but definitely could have seen a little bit more in my opinion. I believe we are here now. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys this picture when I Googled it. My jaw dropped so far. This is such an incredible photograph right here. Huge congratulations to you, sir, on getting this. Awesome photograph. And then also, don't forget about the red, white, and blue stripe there on the front, which they did get. So awesome to see that. It intertwines right there. What the purple does. So I really, really like this livery. This is a beautiful one. Hopefully we can see it one day in a video or something. That would be really cool. But what a photograph right there, man. That is a unit. Great job here by GeminiJets to represent a cool model. They did one as well without the 100 sticker, but nice to see a re-release. I'm sure the KLM guys, the Netherlands guys will really enjoy that, and all the international collectors. As for the score on this one, 15.5 for the mold. That's simply because of the landing gear being significantly too tall, and then also just a slight lack of detail, even though it does have its own category. 13, 16.5 for the color gives it 90%, mainly just the mold, but they did an awesome job representing the livery, which seems that they do that quite a lot, which is exciting to see. Would love to get that one, but obviously you guys know my situation. Next up, we're on to another interesting model. This is definitely right there with the DHL in some regards. I really just want to see more pictures of it. This is one that's very hard to tell. This is the Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787-9, a very highly anticipated model. I think Phoenix or somebody did one as well. Aviation has that one. I'm trying to think of who did that. But nevertheless, super, super cool to see another Virgin Atlantic. I know quite a few people have been asking for this one, and great to get it. GeminiJets to make it. Couple of things definitely stand out here. The titles are the big thing to me. Now, I know they come out purple in some lighting situations when light is blasting on the titles. However, most of the time it doesn't come out that bright. Now, we do have to take into account that the lighting is much brighter here. So maybe it's a much darker purple as well. But this one's such a hard situation to tell. It's very, very difficult. Now, another thing that I can already tell just from knowing off the American side of things, we have gloss on this gray as well. So I don't know why GeminiJets continues to add gloss to these models. You know what I'm trying to say if you've seen their reviews. I honestly don't think it looks that good and just kind of takes away from the model being adequate in some regards. See, I don't see gloss here. I really don't. Now, this is the purple that we're hoping for. This is a very dark purple, if you can tell. Now, the red, it does seem pretty dark. We'll just have to see that, to be honest with you. I mean, that's such a hard maroon to judge. I'm really not sure. Gray does seem on point besides the gloss, which isn't a preference. And then the titles really stand out like a sore thumb to me. I'll be eager to see that. The rest of the details very, very nice, though. Nice to see the female they got up there going. Boeing 787-9. They did get that under the fuselage. Yeah, they did. Okay, cool. Nice to see that. And then the registration as well. Great job there to get everything going on that model. Very highly anticipated, and definitely get it for your collection if you want it. Wasn't the most impressed, but definitely not horrible. The mold, yeah, the wing flex is another thing there, so I had to do that, of course. And then 14.5 for the color, mainly that gloss, but also the titles are very skeptical. And then 13 for the detail. 85% is about right. It's a good model. That's exactly what it is, in my opinion. It's a good model, but in my opinion, I don't think it's quite superior, if you guys know what I'm trying to say. Mainly the wing flex, the gloss, and then the titles. But I'll be eager to see more pictures of that. Please send them to me if you guys get that model, and I would like to see those Virgin Atlantic titles. But nevertheless, still a good model. Definitely get it for your collection if you do need it. Oh, really cool model right here. This is the B1 of the, I'm sorry, I forgot the Air Force Base. How about the Ellsworth Air Force Base? What a cool model and mold. Very, very cool. Me and Citrus Aviation were talking about this one. The plastic cockpit piece, which is super cool. Now I can actually see in there, and it looks like there's an indent, so maybe they even got a little cockpit detail in there, so very cool. One thing that comes to mind with this mold, however, is this thick landing gear. It seems honestly very, very thick compared to what it is IRL. As you can tell, it seems a little more skinnier. This seems very, very thick, but still the rest of the model very, very nice. They did an awesome job representing the B1 here of Ellsworth. 069 for this particular example. Very, very awesome aircraft. Good job on the detail, man. I really like all this up top detail. Really nice, very nice job by GeminiJets to represent this here. They did an awesome job representing that aircraft. And as you can tell, for the B1, we got 16 for the mold. I think that's just about right with that landing gear. 17.5 for the color, which it is on point in my opinion. And then 15 for the details. I mean, that Gemini Max is killer, man. 97%, that's definitely heading into the perfect. Excellent job, GeminiJets. That was a great model that they did right there. Next up, we're on to the C5 of Dover Air Force Base. And this thing, wow, man, that's huge, honestly. That's like the size of a triple, probably. Another awesome GeminiJets Max aircraft. Very cool to see all the detail that they have here. And just so nice, man. Very, very cool. I wish I could get more of these military models. Maybe something in the future for sure. But, yeah, awesome aircraft here. Great details on top of the fuselage, especially here in the front. They did an awesome job. And then just looking around, aircraft's looking very, very nice. So awesome job there, and definitely scored well. Got 100. I really thought it was a good model. No thick landing gears or anything. Definitely want to give that a perfect. Great job, GeminiJets. Another excellent aircraft to add to the big gallery of model aircraft at this point. And finally, we're on to Fat Albert, also known as the Blue Angels C-130. Hasn't been one of these done in a very long time as well. I'm sure this will excite Aviation 18 as he's been on the hunt on the C-130s. Here's the aircraft in real life. Now, one thing that I did notice is the nose does not seem sloped enough. It seems like it just kind of is a weak slope. Definitely something that I noticed. The rest of the aircraft looks very, very nice, though. Maybe a little dark in the blue, but I think it is about right. They did an awesome job here with the, C-130 of the Marines, of course. Very cool aircraft. I would highly recommend this one as well. Very cool livery. Oh, I'm going to be eager to see how that blue comes out. It does seem a little dark. Another awesome aircraft. 16 for the mold, 16.5 for the color, 14.5 for the details. That gives it 94%. To conclude this tier list, man, what an army of aircraft indeed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Very, very excited to get the British Airways, and then we'll get the DHL on property to see. I definitely just want to see the color just to see. I'm sorry that I took a few minutes on that, but I kind of definitely wanted to explain that where I was coming from on that. And I wish they would definitely fix the pictures to a degree. Having to judge everything at a different scale than what it actually is very frustrating to a degree. I would just really like to see them properly take photographs and just not mark them up on editing too much. I think they do it just to make the colors more vibrant and make it look more appealing, which I guess is a decent marketing strategy. However, making something that's not, especially like the multiple Americans, 789 especially was a real killer. And that Virgin Atlantic may even come out a little dark to a degree on the fuselage. We'll have to see. but I'm very, very excited to see these aircraft get out and about to retailers and everything. So definitely great models. I was not trying to discourage the DHL, just simply was trying to get my thoughts out about it. And I'm sorry these videos run so long. Definitely go off about a couple of them, but I'm very, very excited for that British Airways especially. Really want the Cargolux. Maybe we'll swing back around for it at some point, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.